the co-founder and CEO of Dream Sports. So this promises to be a very riveting conversation on what the future of AI is in the telecom industry. So do keep your eyes and ears peeled for this one. So, of course, all of us know Mr. Akash Ambani is going to be here in just minutes from now. He is the chairman of Reliance Jio Infocomm Limited, leading the creation of products and services that leverage 5G, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and IoT to transform commerce, education, and healthcare in India. Akash also drives the digital ecosystem growth with affordable devices like the Jio phone and innovative services. He serves on the board of many boards of Jio Platforms Limited and Reliance Retail Ventures Limited. And he's also been recognized in Time 100 Next and Fortune's 40 Under 40 for his impact on business. So it would be very, very interesting to listen in to this conversation on how the entire ecosystem is developing and what are the kind of changes that the Reliance Group is doing, the Jio Group is doing in the space of telecom. As we heard across, through the course of the day, there were so many sectors that were discussed about, whether it was technology, healthcare, Fintech, BFSI, we had consumption, we had, a whole host of startup founders talk about their journey as well. And now we will wrap it up with one of the biggest groups in the corporate ecosystem, the Reliance Group, and Akash Ambani will be right here with us in minutes from now. So this is, of course, the finale conversation that we have lined up. But there is a whole day of eminent speakers lined up tomorrow as well. So I urge all of you to be back here tomorrow and enjoy, all the talks and all the information that you get, along with the job fair, the master classes, and all of that will continue tomorrow as well. So in just minutes from now, we will get Mr. Akash Ambani right here on stage to talk about AI in telecom. Stay tuned. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Akash Ambani. And to take this discussion forward, Harsh Jain.
Hey everyone, hope you're enjoying. We're finishing off day one with a bang. We have literally, you can't have the largest tech and AI event in India and maybe Asia without having the largest tech company here. And so let's have another round of applause for the chairman of Jio, Akash Ambani. So thanks, Akash, for coming. You can see this room. It's like I was joking this morning, it's like a Mumbai local train. We have everyone here, and everyone's happy. Whether you're standing, sitting, doesn't matter. You're just happy to be here and be part of this amazing moment where we are really getting Mumbai to shine on the tech ecosystem. So, first I wanted to start by asking you that, let me first start by telling you a small history about myself when I started Dream 11 in Mumbai. And every VC would come to me. And this is with all our tech founders here. We're 65 unicorn founders. They would come and say, yeah, you have to move to Bangalore. Why are you in Mumbai? How can you build a company in Mumbai? And they would say, I would say, Bangalore mein kya hai? And they would say, Swiggy hai, Ola hai, Meesho hai, Flipkart hai, PhonePe hai, Cred hai. And I think you're going to get where I'm going to, but I would say, mere paas Jio hai. And that's a mic drop moment. I'd be like, bas, ho gaya. The end of discussion. So, thank you for creating the wonder that is Jio for our country. And one other thing I'd love to thank the family for is creating this. Look around you. Jio Convention Center is really one of the best gifts they could give to the city. So thank you very much for that. Of course. No, that I have to. It's coming. But first I want to start by talking a little bit about the family. And Isha, your twin, your better half of the twin side is here. And you have Shloka, who is the better half of your married life. And they're both like way more intelligent than us. 100%. They're definitely better looking than us. So you have all this amazing family support. Now you have two beautiful kids. I love them. Let's start with something soft and fun. Like, how do you manage, Geo, this amazing company, and this work-life balance between that?
Firstly, thank you very much for having me here. I don't very often do public speaking, and I'm grateful that Isha and Shloka have made all the trip here to give a little bit of confidence. So thank you to both of you all for being here. And I'm really happy to be here and supporting Mumbai Tech. As we all know that we want to be known as a tech hub in the country, and if not only in the country, across the world.
Yeah, yes.
Coming to balance, I've been very, very fortunate that I've grown up with a very close-knit family as we were growing up. I mean, like Harsh mentioned, Isha and me came into this world together, and since then, we've become very, very close. As a family, we've always been there. So the first thing is about the values inside the family, and for us, the work was never looked at the balancing part of life. It was always something which was the biggest part of our life. Growing up, we saw our parents, both my father and mother, not only try to balance family and work, but make them both the biggest priorities of our life. And that's something that I've continued to embody as we have now been working in Reliance for the last 10 years. So the question of balance really does not come of balancing family or work. Both are the biggest priorities of my life. And there's one simple funda that I think we all need to embody, which is, your priorities of your life. And, as you grow older, your priorities change, but you want to make sure that your priorities are something that are very meaningful to make your life what you imagine it to be. And from our point of view, my family and my work are the two biggest priorities of my life, not only for this phase, but going forward also.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Shlok, thumbs up. All right, you got the thumbs up from the wife. Talking about your dad, MDA, obviously, Mukesh Ambani for all of us is the inspiration for our whole country. Everyone looks up to him. You have a mom who actually runs larger companies than 99% of our business people in India. So you have this like super achieving family. How do you step into these shoes? These shoes are like very large shoes to fill. And how do you manage, and what is your biggest inspiration?
Harsh, biggest inspiration goes without doubt is the family that we've grown up with. We've all lived under one roof for now 32 years of our lives. And the inspiration is not too far to find in both my parents. I deeply value the human beings that they are and the work that they do. But the inspiration really does not come from, large items. Of course, the vision, the boldness, the ability to be very, very inspiring. It comes from the small things, like for example, till date, my father clears each and every email that is sent to him, and he does it till 2 a.m. at night, and he's working for the 4th decade of his working life. And that's where the inspiration really comes from. My mom, very, very similarly, like we'll be staring at the same thing. We share a joint passion for cricket, and we're watching the same TV, but the small little details that she notices is something that you can draw inspiration out of. And I think out of and above everything is their dedication is the biggest inspiration for everyone around us who are who have grown up around them. And that's really why we can say that the biggest inspirations, because we can tell all of the small nuanced things that make the difference, like working at 2 a.m. in the morning, clearing an email that is sent to him. And today, this year will be his 45th year working at Reliance, is where you can find it.
That's amazing. You know, and I've personally seen this work ethic growing up. I think we've had first-hand experience into just seeing and being inspired by people who, you know, for whom work is actually their life and how they manage it, but at the same time raise a great family and spend quality time there. So I fully agree. Now, you know, you've stepped into these big shoes. You've now taken on the role of chairman of Jio. It's literally the forefront of technology of India. Every single person here is thankful for finally getting us 5G internet at the best speeds possible. While we travel, I get like 150 Mbps in my car on my phone, which is just phenomenal. How do you feel about this responsibility?
I'm going to say something which I truly believe. Like, I think it's a great honor to be chairman, but I've never personally worked for titles, and they don't mean a lot to me personally, in the sense, when we were growing up, what we saw is a legacy being created, started from my grandfather and extended by my father, my mother, now myself, Isha and Ananta, trying to continue to build that legacy. What is that legacy? That legacy is really beyond creating impact, and creating impact for our country first, and then for our company. That's something that is something that we have to embody, me and Isha, as we grow into these big shoes to fill. No doubt they're big shoes to fill, but understanding that impact, creating that impact as we go on into the future, try to create our own businesses, try to create our own impact on society, for the good of society and the good for India, and then what happens to the company is next. So it's not really the title that you think you should feel the responsibility for. You should feel the responsibility for creating that impact and actually helping millions and millions of Indians to thrive.
I think that's a great answer. We all have to focus on the impact we create. We're all very fortunate to be in a country where our domestic product itself can reach 800 million Indians thanks to Jio. And it's a great time to be running a tech company and to have tech startups for all you entrepreneurs out there. So, now let's talk a bit about AI, right? You're at the forefront of Jio, you're leading it forward, but India is still seen as a lagger, right? We're still seen as a laggard with tech. We're always seen as still following the West in terms of tech, in terms of AI. Is that true? How do we change this?
I feel the contrary, Arish. Today, 8 years on from launching Jio, we've become the biggest data consuming nation around the world. We've led that. Every single, our average consumption per user is now significantly higher than anywhere else in the world, including China. So I think gone are the days that we should think about India from a tech laggard perspective. I think we have established that India is one of the forefront nations that can adopt technology and use technology for the benefit of the country. In our estimation at Jio, I think AI is the biggest technology change that we have seen in our lifetime till date. And it is, in my view, it is the engine that will empower India to grow at 10% or double-digit growth numbers for the foreseeable future. So we continue to, what we have to really do to do it, I think there are 3 fundamental blocks that we have to do to enable us in that AI leadership moment. I think to continue to invest in AI infrastructure, AI data centers that are completely ready, that can scale worldwide, scale for India at millions and millions of users. At Jio, we are already doing that. We recently announced in Jamnagar that we're building our AI data center, which will be a gigawatt capacity data center.
Wow, that's amazing.
But continuing to invest at the infrastructure level. The second and third thing actually go quite jointly is the research and development part of AI. And I think that now that we are very fortunate that Prime Minister Modi has laid out his vision about, powering this with the AI mission and all of that, we continue to invest on deep research and deep development that comes from that research. And then finally, I think the proof of the pudding is to invest in the right talent, right? And what does it really mean to invest in the right talent is get the best of class and foster those engineers coming back, data scientists coming back. Today at Jio, we've already invested in our overall full stack AI team, which is led by data scientists, researchers, and engineers to be 1,000 plus. The critical element in this, I feel, is also to foster new ideas and push the boundaries of development, right? It's not too far away where we will have a groundbreaking idea that will have 500 million people on one platform coming out